What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Shy coming at you with another video. I came to talk to you guys about the great debate with everybody talking about, which is the lease. Been 100% owner operator, cash truck, and all that good stuff. But what I'm mainly here to talk to you about is the number one thing, which is do what's best for you and your family. Don't do what's best for the next man or what the next man telling you to do. Do what's best for you and your family. And not only that, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to live with the decision, not these other YouTube truckers. And another thing I want to, clear the air with is, you know, I see a lot of people talk junk about a cash truck. I mean, cash trucks are the way, that's the way to go. But if you don't have the stream of income to start it up, I mean, don't feel bad about it because, I mean, everybody got to start somewhere. I mean, I just paid off my truck, and I did a lease purchase. My truck was $40,000. It was $298.72 a week, which came to a little under a few, like $8, $9. I think it's shy of $1,200 a month, which is a good lease. That's what I consider a good lease purchase. Is where not the it wasn't $1,000 a week two $1,500 a week. My fixed cost for the week was $549. My maintenance account was $200 a week. Truck note $298.72, and the rest was like little fees and whatnot. But at the beginning of the month, I had to pay $175 for insurance, and it wasn't a bad lease. I did my lease purchase with Premier Transportation. Pretty solid, honest company. I can't say nothing bad about them at all. And they 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 were real good. I can't say nothing bad about them. And I mean, my lease was 2.5 years. I know a lot of people probably, oh, they got you. I want to pay. Man, my truck got an EPU on it. Yes, an emissions truck. But the thing what people don't understand about emissions trucks is if you don't idle the truck, you are saving the truck. Which meaning is if you don't have an EPU, go to your nearest Walmart, buy a little air conditioner tower, they stand about that tall, buy a generator, predator generator inverter from Harbor Freight, and that will help you with the island. Yeah, you're gonna have to tote around a little gas jug, but I mean just keep it on the catwalk. I mean it beats sitting there idling that truck and messing with the emission system and the engine, and you're burning fuel. So I mean that's just my advice about it, something to look into. And also about lease purchasing. I came to Premier really as a stepping stone. I was going to use their lease to save up some money and rebuild my credit, and I was going to dip. But the thing was, I mean, I did so many lease purchases where I got burned that's why I was finally using lease as a tool, which that's what it really should be, as a tool. I used the extra money I was making and fixed my credit, paid off a lot of credit cards, paid off a lot of things off my credit, and saved up money. But what kept me here was I was averaging $1.50 on all miles running dedicated freight. I was running TJ Maxx, and I just run dedicated. And another thing truckers don't tell you, which what some talk about it is, run off the spot market is good, but if you find some dedicated freight, that's even better. No, yeah, they're gonna have some weeks. Guys are gonna average $10,000, $11,000 a week gross. But the thing is, it's not gonna be consistent. When you run dedicated freight, it's consistent. Which meaning, I mean, I don't knock nothing nobody do because I don't know how nobody's home life is like mine. I was able to make this work, only working 4 days a week. Leave Monday, come back home Tuesday, leave Wednesday, come back home Thursday. But my home is paid off. Like the only thing I have is a car note, light bill, like little basic bills, and my bills are only like $1,100, $1,200 a week, a month. So you see what I'm saying? So therefore, I could, if I was the average $500 a week or got to go back to a normal job, I could do it because I don't have all those big bills like majority of you guys that gotta make 10, 11, 12,000 gross a week. I don't have to do that because I don't have all those big bills. I don't have an expensive old lady who want the Prada bags, the Gucci shoes, and all that, and that's another blessing. But I mean, just like I see a lot of guys talk like the cash trucks break down 24/7. If you don't take care of your brand new truck, you don't take care of, I don't care if it's rolling off the showroom floor truck, it's gonna tear up. Maintenance is everything. Preventative maintenance is everything. I mean, that's how you make it owning a truck. I paid my truck off a few weeks ago. Uh, it's a big accomplishment. I'm thankful for it. I mean, even if I pay for it through a lease, there's no shame in my game about it. I mean, I know a lot of guys will be like, oh, you could have went to the bank, you could have did this, but listen to what I said in the beginning of the video. Everybody doesn't have good credit. Everybody does not have good credit. And to the guys that's getting a cash truck, do not invest all your savings in that cash truck for the simple fact you're going to need money for a maintenance account for that same 15,000 cash truck. So the way I do it, if the truck's 15,000, no, I don't expect you to have 30,000 in the bank for that cash truck. At least have 10, 15 more $1,000 for that truck. So I say double whatever you're spending is the way I see it. So if the truck's 15,000, at least have 30,000 when you get you get the truck. But I mean, the emission trucks. I mean, I haven't regented my truck in 2 years. I haven't regented because I don't idle my truck at all. At all. I don't idle. And see, that's what people is not understanding. I see a lot of people worry about the miles on a truck. Miles are important. But the number one thing you guys need to pay attention to also is the hours on a truck. The hours, because think about a local truck. A local truck is not going to have that many miles on it, but the hours will make that truck have a lot of miles. So say like you seen a truck that's a 2012, 13 Freightliner. It ain't got but 400, 300,000 miles on it, right? But this the thing. You look at the hours, I guarantee you, those miles are gonna double because that truck sat there and idle and ran majority of its life. So that 300,000 now is 600,000 miles. So I mean, with that being said, I mean, if you're leasing a truck, long as you're leasing and you got a goal in mind, I don't knock the next man for it. I mean, if you want to pay off your lease truck, I can't knock you for it because you know what you want to do. I mean, at one point you got to realize these same guys that are talking cash trucks and that's talking do this and do that, they didn't do it like that themselves. They didn't do it like that. And they all acting like they got all this cash in their pocket, all this cash flow. No, the majority of them don't. I see through a lot of them that I know when they're lying because a lot of situation done expose a lot of you guys' favorite YouTubers. You just overlooked it. But I mean, I'm not here to talk about that. What I'm here to talk about is do what's best for you and your family. If you can afford to do $1,000 a week truck note, do it. Do it. As long as there's no balloon payment in the end. As long as no balloon payment in the end. If you have a balloon payment in the end, what I consider that you're doing is a true lease. What does a true lease mean? After that lease, you're supposed to get in another truck. Companies like Colonial Freight, Hirschbach, Waxahachie Leasing, uh, the, those are three companies I know have true leases. Where after the lease is up, you could purchase the truck, but their goal is to get you in a newer truck. And to my guys, I keep hearing That's how I know that you're kind of brainwashed by your company when they're saying you're starting to have problems with a truck right at the 500,000 mile mark. That's why you need to get rid of it. No, my truck now has 919,000 miles on it, and I got it with 596, 597 before I started running this dedicated freight. And I uh I had to do some maintenance to the truck, but I'm a firm believer in the Lucas. I run Lucas every week in my fuel tanks, and after every PM, during every PM, I put Lucas in my oil also. I use a gallon and a half, and I really believe, and me being a maintenance guru, I really believe that's what's kept my truck running. But I thank God for that. But do not listen to them when they be like, right at the 500,000 mile mark is when you're gonna start having problems. That's why we don't sell guys trucks. We want you to get out and get a new one. No, that's just to brainwash you to. So you're not looking at the money you done pay them to basically just lease that equipment. So with me saying that is just take that out your head. I mean, I done saw trucks run 1,000,000 miles to 1.2 without having to go down to be rebuilt. And you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're a maintenance guy and you are big on maintenance, you won't have no problems at all. So just take that out your head. I mean, I see a lot of the guys who are doing true leases. That's really what they are saying that, but that's because that's what the company that done brainwashed them with. We like to get you in another truck after 500,000 miles because that's when the trucks start having problems. A lot of those trucks start having problems because you got a lot of guys with company driving mentality. And what I mean by that is they just drive. That's it. That's all they do. They just drive. There's more to it than just driving a truck and owning a truck. There's more to it than just the paperwork. It's a lot to it. As soon as I see a light come on my truck emission, I mean, I'm down. I don't care what I got going on. I got to figure out what this light on for. I done had several times where they say you probably can get X many miles out of this. I don't no. We're gonna just go ahead and fix it. And while you down, can you go ahead and change this for me? That's the kind of guy I am. Like now, I always keep a starter and an alternator on my truck. I keep those on my truck. I keep belts on my truck. Like I'm just that type of guy because out here on this road, they make extra money off you just by marking up parts as well. A lot of TAs, Petros, they won't want to work on your truck if you got your parts because they can't really knock you across the head. They can't do it because you got the parts to your truck. So only thing you need them for is labor. So I mean, start being a little bit more concerned with your maintenance on your vehicle. I mean, that's what I do. But I'm also not here to say, to brag about me paying off a lease truck. But my thing is, too, guys, it can be done. If you're dedicated to something, it can be done. Even though my lease was only 2 years and 7 months at 298.72 a week. 2 years, 8 months, however it was. And I mean, I stuck it out. I mean, I just run Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. And that's another thing. If you get with a good company, it will make it better for you because the company will look out for you. Like my company, the truck note ain't bad, but the thing is with them, a lot of people, that guys I see that I done talked to, over here at Premier, if your truck break down, they give you a rental truck for 125 a day. I'm like, okay. So while your truck getting worked on, you can get a rental truck. But it's 125 based off of the dispatch, right? It won't be by the day. It's based off whatever load number has been dispatched. You see what I'm saying? So I see a lot of guys that won't run because they like, I'm not giving them no 125 a day to rent no truck. But like I tell a lot of guys, you're sitting home, you're not making no money, so some money is better than no money. Every time my truck went down, I got a rental truck. because that's the way I see it. That's how I was raised. Some money is better than no money. And also, uh, I can't. I'm not telling guys to come to Premier you will pay off a truck or and all of that because I think I got in this lease early on. They was new with it, and I mean I think it was a brand new lease because I mean it was too good to be true. Like when I actually started doing it, I mean because I mean where I all the companies I've been to, including Blair Logistics had a good lease purchase if you like flatbed, but the terms were like 5 years on the truck at $400 a week, right? It was here it was 298.72 for 2.5 years and a little over. So I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a catch to it, but here I am. You might as well say 3 years later, paid off the truck, and I'm still over here at Premier Transportation. I've been getting a lot of messages where people asking me, am I still at Premier? Yes, I'm still at Premier. I love it here. I can't say nothing bad about them. We run nothing but, we the retail company on the road. And before I even came here, I was a job hopper. I'm not even gonna lie. Trucking companies used to lie just to get you there, and that's basically what they did. It was a lie just to get you there. Premier, I started here. I think it was in 18. Yeah, 2018. I came here. I didn't even have intentions on staying here. My intentions was to get my credit fixed, get me a cash truck, buy me a trailer, and bounce. That was the plan. Which is still the plan, but this is the thing. During that entire process, I paid off my truck. I'm in the process now looking for a truck. I found a trailer, and not only that, I mean, what more could I ask? I paid off a leased truck, so I mean, I got a truck, but I'm looking for an older truck where I won't have all these emissions. I won't have to worry about deletes and all that. I'm not saying that, like I just said, I said something, I didn't have problems with my emissions truck, but this is the thing. I'm not saying I'm not going to have problems down the line, but what I am saying is this. If you want to cut down on emission issues, just slow the island down. Don't idle at all. I idle 0%. That's it. Only time I idle is when I crank my vehicle up in the morning, and that's it. When I'm letting it warm up, that's it. Wherever I'm going at, I'm cutting off. I'm cutting off. I'm cutting off. I'm cutting off. I don't sit there and idle my truck because I know idling these emissions trucks is killing the truck. Yes. If you don't believe me, go to any freight liner and tell them what I just told you to ask them. Ask them. Say, does idling kill my truck? Why do you think these companies got these auto shutoffs on these trucks? That's why they're there. They're not meant there to torture the driver. They're meant there to cut down on the island because idling kills the trucks. That's what kills the trucks. So, I mean, just look into it. I mean, you can make you an inverter. I told you how. $400 generator for Harbor Freight, $200 air conditioner from Walmart with the heat on it, and it stands up like as a tower. So you have $600. Buy your little gas jug for $10. There go your own homemade APU. My fault. APU. There go your own home APU. You got to carry a gas jug, but every fuel stop you go to gonna have gas, and those things burn gas slow anyway. So it ain't like you're gonna need a big old gas jug. And I mean, excuse me, but I'm here one of the guys that can say I'm in one of the probably the 5% of guys who have actually done it. I paid off a leased truck. Yes, if guys want to see what I was paying my fixed cost, if you don't believe me, was $549 a week. I mean, I can send you that. Uh, yeah, guys are gonna talk about, I don't do mileage because I was that guy. I didn't do mileage either. But the point about mileage that I wasn't doing was OTR, running, running, running. I average $1.50 more here. I run dedicated, so I run Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and come back to TJ Maxx in Charlotte. Right. This is what people don't tell you about the spot market. The spot market varies. Just like when COVID hit, everybody was down. I was still able to work. You see what I'm saying? Because I run dedicated freight. When I jump out here in a little bit and get my own authority and, have my own truck and get a couple trailers, I'm looking for dedicated freight as an owner operator because that's really where the money is. And the reason why that's where the money is because it's consistent. Yes, it's consistent. It doesn't come in spells like the spot market. Spot market money comes in spells. And I know because I used to run the spot market. That money is not consistent. I'm not knocking the spot market at all. But what I am saying is that's the part of what drivers don't leave out. Don't That's the part drivers do leave out is that the spot market money comes in spells. It's not like that year round, guys. Don't let them fool you. It's not like that year round. Also, I mean, those guys, like right now, those guys are going to eat. I got the spot market on my phone. I got all on a Coyote, CH Robinson, the DAT board because I watches the board to see what freight rates look like, and those guys are going to do pretty good. But also, uh, it's not going to be like that forever. That's the downside to it. So to my guys that's running dedicated freight and you're like, oh man, I could be making $10,000, $11,000. But see, I'm the type of guy, I'm all about longevity. So I'm big on, man, consistent, dedicated. That's where the money at. And that's what I'm gonna do when I get my own authority. I'm gonna be looking for customers. I'm not gonna want to strictly just run off the spot market. But that ain't really what all my videos about. Uh, I really just came on here to talk, to tell you guys, whatever works for you, works for you. It's not gonna work for the next man. And I mean, we can't sit here. That's what's wrong now. I noticed with the trucking industry, we down the next man because we had to do something a little different. I'm not gonna never down a cash truck. You'll never hear me down in a lease truck driver, because to be real, I done it all. And what I mean by done it all, okay, I basically got a cash truck now. It's paid off, right? Guys think cash trucks break down all the time. They don't. If you pay attention, guys, the newer trucks break down more than the cash trucks. All right. I'm not gonna talk junk about the lease guys because I was a lease driver. The real lease drivers, what I mean by the ones who know what they're doing and they know what they're getting themselves into. I'm not talking about these lease guys who's trying to make it like the lease they're doing is the best thing smoking and it's better than owning a cash truck. I don't consider them guys as lease driver guys. I consider them guys as simps. I'm not even gonna lie, because I mean, you got to be dumb to think you paying $4,000, $5,000 a month is better than owning a guy that's owning his equipment. I mean, like, I mean, let's be real. You got 5 to 6 years on this equipment, and you don't know what's gonna happen to you. God forbid if you get sick or anything. But you got 5 to 6 years on this equipment. He don't have a truck note. If if something happened to him, he can come off the road with no issues at all. You, on the other hand, you paid on the truck 2 years, 3 years. Guess what happened when you can't make no payment on that truck? You got to give them back their equipment. So look who lost in the end. Something happened to him. He could sell his equipment, and he got some money out the deal. Why at the end you didn't get nothing out the deal. You just got kicked in, kicked in the behind. That's it. That's all you got. You got kicked in the behind. But I mean, I'm not here to judge y'all either. But it's just like I said, I'm talking to the guys that's trying to make it like their $1,500 a week fixed cost lease is better than owning a truck. That's a lie. And guys, if you're listening to those guys and taking that advice, you need to kick yourself in the ass. I'm sorry. You need to kick yourself in the ass, because that's not winning at the end of the day. I mean, my My idea of a guy that's knowing what's going on is he know he's doing the lease. He know he's using the lease fixed credit. He's using the lease to save money in his account. He's using the lease, you know, to his advantage. And he's likely gonna purchase the truck, or he just basically just seeing if he got what it takes to be before he becomes a 100% owner operator. Because I mean, why go out here? This guy go to dealership, buy this truck, and he doesn't have what it takes. I mean, I feel like people should do a lease first before they just jump out and buy a truck. And I see a lot of guys be like, they need to remain company drivers, but and just don't do leasing because a company driving a teacher. Company driving does not teach you to be an owner operator. Y'all need to stop that lie also. Being a company driver will never teach you how to own a truck. Being a company driver will teach you how to handle a truck. Yes, but becoming a successful business owner, a company truck will not teach you that. That is a lie. So don't listen to that also. That's another lie. Being a company driver ain't gonna teach you how to own no truck. They just teaching you how to drive a truck and back a truck. And to drive slow and you can save on fuel miles. That's all it's gonna teach you. Being a lease purchase driver would teach you if you got what it takes to own a truck. Because being a lease driver, if you're not doing something right, your check will show it. It's gonna show it. Your income will show it if you're not doing something right. A company truck, they're gonna run you and make sure you make money majority on because if you're not eating, you're not making no money, they're not making none either. So guess what? They're gonna make sure that truck runs. So I mean, enough ranting. All I could tell majority of y'all guys is to do what's best for you and your family. Do what's best for you. What what help the next man ain't gonna help you. I can honestly, pat myself on the back. I'm one of the guys completed lease purchase. It's not nothing to brag about. I just see where guys on YouTube be like, uh, y'all can't name nobody who completed the lease purchase. Like, you can't name nobody who completed a lease purchase. It's rare that people complete lease purchases, and you know, they say it's rare, but it's not rare. You got guys out here complete leases all the time. They just, mind their business, which majority of a lot of these guys need to do. But I mean, it's all for content. I already know. But like I was saying, man, do what's right for you and your family. If you got it from leasing, if you got it from a cash truck, if you got it from a company truck, it does not matter. Only thing that matters, as long as you and your family is happy with your decisions at the end of the